Hi folks, welcome to Oblique Planes 13, and in this subtopic of oblique planes we're going to be looking at skew lines today. Okay, so there's going to be two small questions to do. So I've gone ahead and I set up the elevation and plan of the two skew lines AB and CD. Now, in real life terms, what could these be? Well, these could be the centers of pipes, or they could be, for example, the centers of mine shafts. Okay, and it may well be a thing. We'll say if you had your own mine and you had made these shafts going down into the earth at different angles. We'll say you were extracting gold in South Africa, for example. You may want then to go and to connect these two mine shafts up. Okay, now if you wanted to connect them up, you could do it at an angle, but often you may be asked, we'll say, you know, you'd want it at a horizontal level realistically to make life easier for the miners. Okay, so in terms of drawing that, then what you can be asked for is given two skew lines, okay, and you can be asked, which you are in this first one, to draw the shortest horizontal distance. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to find the shortest horizontal distance between these two skew lines. And there's only two types of skew line questions they can ask for: the shortest horizontal distance and the shortest distance. So we'll go through both of them. So the first thing I'm going to do there is I'm going to take a level line across at A. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slide across CD to hit B. Because what we want to do is, and what we have done there is, we've made a plane containing one of the lines, and we've made another edge of that plane parallel to the second skew line. Okay, and we're going to come down now and we're going to do this in plan view as well. So we'll call this point E. Okay, now you could take that level line from C or from D, it doesn't matter. I'm just taking it from A here to keep it simple the way I have this set up. So if we slid out CD to hit B, we're going to do the same thing in plan view as well. So put on your set squares there. And now again in plan, we've recreated that plane which contains one of the lines and has an edge that is parallel to the second line. So we'll just colour this in as well now. Now that we've created this plane, okay, if we look along this plane now and get an edge view of it, it will show both lines as parallel, okay, and this will be important to us when we want to find the shortest horizontal distance. So that was the level line from A to E. So you have a true length line, you can look along it. So we're going to look in from here first. Now two views back, we're getting our height from. Now you can mark down the other one, but sometimes what I always do really is, once I get one line drawn, I'll just draw in the other line, and that will be C there. Sometimes you could get a bit of human error and C might be off a mil or two. Okay, but by doing it this way, they'll definitely both be parallel. Okay, now that's the two lines. Now we can see them as parallel because we've got an edge view of that plane. So what we want to do now after this is we're going to take our second auxiliary. And we're going to look along this way here. And I'm just going to draw it and then I'm going to explain why we do this. Sit in our x2, y2. Now, new view, one view's back, two views back. So we're getting all our distances from here. So do with a compass or the ruler, whatever you want. Now there is AB and CD, and we can now see where they cross. Okay, so they cross here at this point. Now, you are going to want now to bring these back through the views. Okay, so the first view, we'll move back to here with our first auxiliary. So you're dropping that guy down. And if that was a connecting mine shaft, that is where it would be going in, right? Now we still have to draw it in plan and elevation, but to say to you, because the views are the same two distances back, we had to end up here with a line that was parallel to the ground, okay? Because ultimately it has to be a horizontal line up here as well. Now, you could only get that by looking along the ground line, okay? So we'll finish off now, we'll bring it back to the rest of the views. Now again, you could bring up the other one, or because it has to be a horizontal line, you could just bring it across there. And that is the shortest horizontal distance between the skew lines AB and CD. And remember, I said we had to look along this way because when you found out where they crisscross, when they come back down, it has to be parallel because two views back the measurements are the same. So if this is horizontal here, two views back, it has to be horizontal up there. I just swapped the boards there. This is the setup for the second one, okay? And in the second one, it's the only other type of question they ask about skew lines is to get the shortest distance. Now I have to say to you, in terms of your, when you're doing the DCG exam, these nearly come up as one of your short questions every year. They love them along with conics, okay? So anyways, we'll kick off and we'll do this. So this time, very similar. It's nearly all the same until it is the same until you get to the second auxiliary. So I'm taking a level line here. Again, I'm after creating a plane that contains one of the edges and has another edge that is parallel to the second line. I'm going to do the same thing now in plan view. again, we've created that plane. I'm just going to colour them in. This line down here from E to B now is a true length line. We can look along this and it'll show both lines as parallel. Now, getting my height from 2 views back. B was 20. A was 5. D was 25. And again, you can do the trick I showed you. A to B. Measure off C or bring them over like that. Now, we've got the two skew lines appearing as parallel now, okay? So this time what we're going to do, because we just want the shortest distance, we don't care about the shortest horizontal distance. This time we're after the shortest distance. So we're going to look along, or look at 90 degrees to these two lines. New view, 1 view back, 2 views back. So we're measuring back here. Now we're getting the view we want, which is to see the skew lines appearing crossed like that. And again, this time now we have found this point here. And now we're going to bring these back through the views. And that would be the shortest distance between them. Now, this may apply, okay, you wouldn't want something like that in a mine shaft. Okay, so let's just say that was a pipe in a big factory, okay, and carrying some kind of liquid, and this is another one, and you just wanted to join the two pipes up. You didn't care what angle. That would be a way of figuring out it, okay? So that's what the elevation and plan then would look like. So that's skew lines, folks. There's only two kinds. The shortest horizontal distance, as we've seen, and the shortest distance. So shortest horizontal when you get to the first auxiliary, you look along the X1Y1 line, and for the shortest distance, you just look in perpendicular to the two lines there. That's it, folks. Okay, more videos to come. Take care. Stay safe.